So if you've been on the internet lately, you would have likely seen the release of the Apple Vision Pro, which is the first in its kind to be a wearable headset that adds AR to the world. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not a tech person. This is not a tech channel. But it got me thinking, because this is technology that's going to affect lots of different areas of our lives, a lot more different things than we can even imagine right now. And it's really interesting to see and think about the kind of effects that it will have on spiritual and witchcraft communities. So that's what I wanted to discuss today. I started writing this video thinking that this is such a crazy thing to make a video about, but I just thought it'd be really interesting to talk about because it really got me thinking, because it's the beginning of this new era of technology, and it's just crazy to think about, because people have been saying for years, like, it's not long until you will be able to go shopping and you will have AR on your phone, or like wearable VR, AR, whatever, that will create games for you. So every time you pick up something in a shop, it will tell you the health benefits. They will like come up in the air, and you can like pick up points and stuff. We're going to start seeing more like gamifying of real life, which is going to be really strange. And also we'll be able to like FaceTime people and it look like they're actually here in the room, just crazy stuff like that. But I want to come at this from the angle of spiritually, how could this affect us? What will be the benefits, and also what will be the consequences of this new technology? Like, is it going to make us feel more cut off from the natural world, or is it going to give us new ways to connect with the world and the natural world and nature, and doing lots more stuff within our magical practices, our spiritual practices that we would have never thought of before? So I'm going to be just going through my notes. I've kind of planned this video, but not really. And also, this is the first time I'm ever using a microphone. My brother very kindly lent this to me. It was his birthday present. But he's getting headphones soon that have got a mic on it, so like it's okay. He doesn't mind me using it. He said I could. And I am going to buy a microphone in the summer when I finish my exams, because if I buy one now, I'm going to be too distracted. So yeah, I've always wanted to do one of these tiny little mic things where you talk and it's like, yeah, anyway. So also, before I start, this is all based off my own experiences. I've watched lots of videos about the Apple Vision Pro, all the main ones. I've seen like Casey Neistat talk about it. I've seen Colin and Samir talk about it. I've seen lots of like big creators talk about it. Ryan Trahan, Hayley Pham, like loads of them. But I haven't heard anyone in the spiritual or witchcraft communities talking about this. So yeah, that's all of the kind of information that I currently have. Obviously I haven't tried the Apple Vision Pro for myself. I have tried VR before. One of my friends has VR and I was playing it a couple of weeks ago and it was really strange, because it is not developed enough yet where you get a diverse community on different games. I was playing Gorilla Tag and it was all like 10-year-old American boys playing it. So I think that's an important thing to mention, is that first of all, this technology is only going to be available for people who can afford it. It's going to be a long time. Well, it seems like it's going to be a long time. We don't actually know how long it's going to take until it's going to be affordable for everyone, and also for it to be socially acceptable to wear it within society and within the workplace, at home. And for people to even want to wear it. At the moment it's really uncomfortable. You can't wear it for more than 2 hours. And also, like, if you had one in your household, would it be awkward for other people to have it? Like, would it stop you being able to talk to other people? I don't know. So yes, there's going to be like maybe a divide for a while with who can afford it and who can't, who thinks that it's weird, who thinks that it's normal, because at one point, like if you think 10 years ago, it wasn't that there wasn't, phones weren't used in the way that they're used now. So if someone went back 10 years and they told people how phones are used now, it's just crazy to think about, because we just rely so heavily on mobile phones and all sorts of different technology. So maybe in the future we won't even bat an eyelid about it. It'll be really normal. I thought that was important to note to begin with. So I started thinking about all of the maybe positive things it could have with spirituality. So in this video I'm kind of mixing spirituality and witchcraft together because they are my two main practices. I'm also a pagan, but my paganism kind of goes with my witchcraft, and my spirituality is quite similar, but it is also a different kind of extension of my path. It's kind of like a different thing, because not everyone who's a witch is spiritual, not everyone who's pagan is spiritual. They all kind of mean different things, but they are similar in some ways. So that's why you often get people who are all three. So I've looked at it from all different points of view of all different paths and stuff that I personally resonate with. So firstly, one thing that it could be positive for is it could mean that we could do immersive spiritual retreats from home. You could do yoga flows and feel like there's a teacher in front of you, and in the future it might be able to map your whole body movement. So you could have a yoga class with people from all over the world and you feel like they are physically in the room with you. But that is really hard to imagine because you'd all have to be in a room of the same size. So I originally thought that was a good idea, but when I started thinking about the logistics of it, I thought it was very unlikely. But at the moment there is kind of technology similar to this with having a personal fitness coach. They have those mirrors where they have kind of a person built into the mirror, like something from Shrek. So you can copy their movements and stuff. So that is something that already exists, but I don't know, I just thought that maybe you could talk to people more, you could meet people without having to go and travel somewhere. However, I do think that being somewhere, smelling the smells, eating the food of that place and seeing all the different views and all of the senses is part of why traveling is so amazing and why that's such a nice part of going on a spiritual retreat. If you decide to do that and go abroad or somewhere that's not where you usually live, day-to-day life. So I think that can really be a huge part of why a spiritual retreat is so transformative for people, but I've never been on one, so I only know from watching videos what they're like, so I can't really speak for much of that. But I watched this travel video of this guy, I've forgotten what he's called, but he went to all of the different wonders of the world, and he is blind, so he was talking about how do you need to be able to see to enjoy these amazing places. So he was trying to explore all the different ways that you could explore these areas just by all of the other senses, and he found that it was worth travelling all that way to experience all these places, because it's not just what places look like, there's so much more to them than that. So that's an important thing, because the Apple Vision Pro is all visual at the moment. It's all visual senses. There's a little bit of sound, but the sound is really bad quality at the moment. So it's interesting to think about. So what I'm saying is that it is all just visuals. So there's a lot more to an experience and going somewhere than just what you can see and what you can hear. As I said, with eating the food, and smelling stuff, hearing people's conversations, hearing different languages. So physically being in a different place can really help with spiritual development, and also inspire witchcraft practice and all of these sorts of things. So I did think in the beginning maybe it can be a substitute for actually going on a spiritual retreat, but now I think about it, I really don't think that it would be that much of something that would be that great. Maybe you could kind of create this virtual experience where some kind of game where you wear the headset, and this is more like VR, but you wear the headset and it kind of creates this landscape, so it looks like you're in a yoga class, or it looks like you are just on your own with a yoga teacher, and the yoga teacher is like pre-recorded, it's a real person, or it could even be like an avatar, or even like a non-human creature. It could be literally anything. Like, you could be really creative with it, but it's like on the Apple Vision Pro, there's like where you can go on the moon, so that kind of thing where it's like it changes all of your sight and your senses and everything. Well, not all your senses, but just your vision, so you feel like you're actually on the moon when you're not. But with this, if you were to do like strenuous exercise, if you weren't doing yoga, if you were doing something more intense like a power yoga flow, or if you were doing like dance or something, because I find that exercise is such an important part of my spiritual practice, so that's why I'm saying that is part of my spirituality. You might find it quite hard to, with the current Apple Vision Pro, to move around with that on your face, because it's very tiring. It's only got a certain amount of battery life, although it is very likely in the future it's definitely going to be wireless charging. We're probably going to have like tables that we put stuff down on, and the tables have like MagSafe built into it, where it I don't know if that's the correct term but you have MagSafe on the back of your phone, where you can on like later iPhones, where you can charge your phone wirelessly. I don't know how effective this is. I don't know if that's more effective than charging with a cable, but yeah, so I guess using VR and stuff, it could create those sorts of experiences, but then you can't see your body when you're doing those kind of exercises. So I don't really know if that would be very good. Also, you can get extremely like motion sick. I've had this before, and when I was using my friend's VR for like half an hour, even just half an hour, and this is why I didn't buy VR, because when I was earning money throughout, when I had my job last year, I had enough money to buy stuff like that. Like, if I wanted a VR headset, I could have afforded it if I wanted to, but I decided not to because of how bad the motion sickness was, because it really just makes you feel so unwell. Like, you look around afterwards and you're like, I can't believe all this stuff is real, because you go from everything just being like kind of like a figment of your imagination. When you see everything around you in VR, it's not real, but your body and your mind thinks it's real because you can see it, and your mind only knows what reality is and like what actual physical things are. So it's really strange when you come out of that experience to actually have physical items and objects around you, because you can touch them. I remember just like going outside and like just like touching the garden furniture, being like, I can't believe that this is like real now. It's just so weird. So I felt just so queasy and sick, because I'd gone from like jumping off of a building in the like heights simulator to being on the ground in real life again. It was really strange experience. But yeah, so yeah, originally I did think maybe spiritual immersive experiences, it could be good, but also there's no substitute for physically being with people, being disconnected from technology, being out in nature and all of this. Like, even when I go out in nature, I don't even wear my glasses, even though I now need glasses, because I feel like I can't properly connect with the earth when I'm wearing glasses. And I am reluctant to try contact lenses, because they do scare me a little bit, because they do make me feel like I'm not sure, because I've only been wearing glasses for about 6 months now. But I just really like to feel like I am with the earth, because unless they're gonna like get stuff that actually physically goes into your eyes, which just sounds awful, you're always gonna have to wear a device, and the device is likely, even if you get used to wearing it a lot, it's still gonna feel pretty like disconnect. So that's an important thing to mention. So something I thought that could be a positive is you could have a coven full of people with similar beliefs and practices who you resonate with a lot, because geographical location won't affect who you can meet up with. So yes, this is a positive, but you can do this already with FaceTime, with stuff like that. So the only benefits that like the Vision Pro could have is you could feel like you are with someone, but that technology is still really early. If you've seen the way that it try and replicates your face, it's absolutely hilarious at the moment and scary, because people FaceTime people when they've got the Apple Vision Pro on and it just looks so awful. I think even like the Mii Maker from like Nintendo is better than what the Apple Vision Pro produces of your face. So yeah, you could feel like you are actually with these people, but if we've already grown up in a world where we like that human connection, like being with people, we're probably, when we're in our magical practice, going to want to actually physically be with people, because it'll make it more special, because they'll be there, like you'll have the physical energy of the people, because like everyone's body like holds energy, like everyone is like a physical being. So when you're like in a room with lots of other witches, I guess I've never been in a room with other witches, only like maybe the odd one that I didn't know about, you can really raise the energy up with you all like physically there. You're all like feeding off each other's energy, you're all like lifting up stuff, doing workings. I literally know nothing about this sort of stuff. So I'm not the expert when it comes to covens or meetups with other witches and stuff. Only ever been friends with one witch before, and we're not in contact anymore because of school and stuff. But it's important to think about, you know, that could be something that'd be good, but you just want it to be real. But it could be good for people who don't like going out, for people who are more introverted, so it's more from the comfort of their own home that they can meet up with people, and then if they don't like a certain community, or they meet people and they're not sure about them, then they can just like cut off, and people will never learn anything about them. They could just be anonymous, they won't know where they live, all of this stuff. So I guess it could be safer, but I don't know. You could hack in and find out where someone lives through their IP address. So, I don't know. This video is just a randomness chat, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, as I said, you'll be less in touch with nature. So, not a good thing. Yeah, the next one is help with cooking or kitchen witchery. And with all of the benefits this could have, I also think it's not very good, because I think it is nice to have like a physical book full of recipes, like all of that tactile real stuff. We want the real stuff is nice. Like I like writing all my books out physically, so I have them. It's like they're real. I meant videos, but when I was writing novels, I liked writing them out physically first, because then I didn't go back and edit it, and it just felt more real. When you write something out, it's like real, because my videos, as much as I love them, I am a bit annoyed that like my favourite creative medium isn't like a real tangible thing. It's a video. Like someone could just delete it and it would be gone. Like it doesn't feel real. I don't know. I have a weird kind of thinking around technology. I don't really get it. I think it's really strange how like a TV works, but you know. Anyway. Yeah, it could help with cooking. So you could pick up a spice or a herb, and it could have little floaty things in the air saying all of the different magical properties or magical associations that it has, or it could give you like ideas for spells that kind of like whisper, like in a game when you go up to something and then it kind of like has these like little whispery bits of text that come up and then they fade. So you could pick up a jar of basil, and it could say, I don't actually know what basil is associated with, maybe abundance, because it likes growing a lot. It could have like abundance and like prosperity and other like little magical associations. So when you pick it up, it could give you like inspiration for a spell. But then that takes away from you learning it. And it's so nice to be able to learn something, go through the process of learning it and having a book of shadows and trying to like actively know this stuff, because then it makes you feel like an expert, because then we would become lazy. If we could just use a device to just look at something and it tells us all the information we need to know, then it's not very good. And I think something that's important to mention is the crossover of like Apple Vision Pro, like VR headsets, AR headsets, mixing together with AI. I think it is a little bad that they're both improving at the same time. That is a bit scary, because AI is reducing, the cleverer it gets, the less we need people, which is really bad. Like, people still need to have jobs, people still need to be doing stuff, and not everybody is going to want to do a job that is a job that has been created because AI has replaced other jobs. Because a fact I learned in class a couple of years ago was that, can't remember the exact statistics, but it is a very high percentage of the children who are now in primary school, when they grow up, they're going to be doing jobs that don't exist yet. And that is just terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. So yeah, it's like, I heard it on a podcast or something, someone said that if you were like doing work on a bike, you needed to know how to sort out a tyre, then instead of going on Google and saying, how do I replace a flat tyre, or how do I fix a tyre, you could just ask the AI how you do it, and then you're not supporting all of the people who have made blog posts, you're not supporting Wikipedia, you're not supporting the YouTubers who have made content about it. So when you are using AI, it's reducing the need for these people who have this expertise. So not very good. But yeah, and also when you pick up the jar of herbs, you could program it to say like correspondences that you personally have. But if you personally have those correspondences, then I think that you would remember it, so you wouldn't need to be told it. I don't know. But yeah, so concluding thoughts, this is what I wrote. All in all, I prefer life as it is. I don't think we need VR or AR or any of that sort of technology in witchcraft, in spirituality. I don't think there will be that many gains with it. I think everything's fine as it is. I love WitchTube. I love all of that sort of community. I think we should be learning from real witches. Don't think we should be learning from AI. I don't think we should be substituting stuff in our magical practice with something that's generated by the VR headset. I don't think it's really going to do that many good things in magical practice, but I'd love to hear if you have any ideas about how this technology could positively impact the witchcraft community, the spiritual communities, or any kind of stuff like that. How could it be a good thing? I would love to know, because it is an interesting topic to talk about. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this yet. So yeah, I'm going to be making a video soon about AI, the use of AI in witchcraft is kind of like a fun, jokey video. I've got that planned. Don't know when I'm going to film it. Need to work out how to screen record my computer again, because I've got a different computer since the last time I was screen recording. So yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts. It's completely fine if you disagree with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is just my scrambled thoughts right now. So yeah, bit of a crazy thing to think about. I feel like all of this has just suddenly accelerated and just come out of nowhere, even though this technology has been being developed for a long time. But I think it's because I'm more kind of connected to the internet, to information about creators, creativity, technology than I ever was before. So maybe that's why everything seems so sudden to me. But I do think it is pretty mad. In the last year, we've had like ChatGPT, we've had Apple Vision Pro, we have phones that are just so diverse now, and they're getting even more diverse. Like there's a patent that I think Samsung or Apple have where it's like a roll-up phone. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess it opens creativity, but it can also limit creativity, all of these different technologies. So I don't know, let me know what you think. If I've said anything wrong in this video, let me know in the comments. I can do some more research. But yeah, I think it was interesting. What else did I say? I didn't talk so much about witchcraft specifically in this video because I really couldn't think of any ways that it could positively impact your witchcraft practice. Like, witchcraft and its practices have been around for centuries and centuries, so there's no way that technology is really going to improve that, because we now have the internet, we have loads more information, there's more people making books, more people knowledgeable about witchcraft, more people being introduced to the craft because of technology, but I can't see how this technology is going to positively influence our witchcraft practices. If anything, I think it's going to make it worse. So just an idea. Yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that this video wasn't ruined by this mic. I hope this mic was good quality. But yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye.